The Bose T8S is a compact, high-powered digital mixer that was designed to make your gigging life as streamlined and hassle-free as possible. With 8 high-quality preamps and a powerful DSP engine, you'll be assigning Bose's ToneMatch processing to each channel with ease, and then instantly recalling them for faster setup times and consistent performances. So now let's take a closer look at the Bose T8S and all of the cool tone match functions. So we'll see that each channel has its own trim control, its own channel edit, which is how we're actually going to access all of those tone match features, an effects mute, a volume control, and a mute control. And what this effects mute does is basically just mutes the effects that are happening on that channel. So if we've got some reverb and delay happening on our vocal mic, but we don't necessarily want that happening while we're addressing the crowd, we can quickly turn that off while we're introducing the band or whatever you might be saying, and then quickly turn it right back on when it's time to start singing again. Now, while this is in the tone match section, what we can do is we can go through our categories and we can select a vocal microphone, electric guitars, acoustic guitars, keyboards, basses, percussion, you name it, and we can really go in depth and edit all of these cool parameters. So let's go ahead and select vocal mics, and then when we go to our preset section, you'll see that there's a handheld mic, a head-worn mic, but we also have a bunch of different models of microphones from a number of different brands. And basically what Bose have done is they've worked with the manufacturers to really kind of have some custom tailored EQ sections to work really well with the microphones and the EQ curves of those microphones. So it takes a lot of the guessing out of trying to mix a live show. So for this case, we've just selected the Shure SM58, which is kind of a classic. And then we go over to the ZQ section, and now the low, middle, and high controls are really gonna work with the frequency range of that microphone. So a lot of times when you go and check out the specs on a mic, you'll see that little frequency range, that little graph. This is gonna work really well with those specific frequencies. So if you just need to fix something quick, this is a great way to go. And at the same time, if you want to be really picky about it, we can go to our Parametric EQ section, and we have several different Parametric EQ so that we can choose from. We can select the frequency, and then we can control how much we're either going to cut or boost that specific frequency. Moving along, we have compressors, we have gates, we have limiters, and for all of these we can go through and we can control the gain and the threshold, as well as any number of different functions that we'd want to be able to control there. We have modulation effects, so we have phasers, we have flangers, we have chorus, and again, you pick any of these and we can really go through and edit them pretty in detail. We have a number of different delays to choose from digital, analog, and tape delays. Then when we get to the reverb, we have some kind of cool options. So the reverb control and the reverb type that happen globally work together. So basically what you can do is you can control how much of the reverb mix you have on each channel. And then when we go to the global section, we can control the reverb type. So if we're gonna go through, we have plates, we have medium reverbs, we have a large reverb, we have caverns, and we can kind of control those parameters as well. Now, with the preferences, we have all kinds of stuff that we can mess with because we have so many USB ports and we have so many different ways we can route this. Pretty much any conceivable thing you'd want to adjust or tweak, you can do that. So you can control the individual input levels, we can control the output levels, and we can control all of our routing, our USB B out to our PC, we can control that there and basically assign what's happening to what. So if you can think of it, you can make it happen. Going to our scenes, this is where things get really cool. So we have an 8-channel mixer, and for each one of these channels, we can do all of this tone match stuff. So, hypothetically, if we wanted to go back over to the tone match section, and then we wanted to pick acoustic guitars, and then we wanted to pick, a Taylor T5, and then basically custom EQ everything from there, we could continue to set up the different channels however we'd want. And then what we can do is with these scenes, we can save all of that in the user scenes. So what's great about this is it works with a number of applications. Now, a lot of musicians, they don't necessarily just have one gig. You might be an acoustic artist and play with backing tracks for some performances. You might play with a full band with others. So with these custom scenes, you can go through and set up exactly how you want all of your tone matches to work in a number of different applications, and then just very quickly recall everything and immediately be ready to play for the gig. So it makes sound check an absolute breeze. When we go over to our panning, again, just kind of like we could do in our preferences, we can pan things all the way, in any way you could want. We have a built-in tuner, which is incredibly handy if you just want to be able to plug in and play. and that's it. So it's incredibly easy to use, it's incredibly self-explanatory. Just by twisting the dial and kind of playing with parameters, you'll be basically running this in no time, but it's incredibly powerful because it's so intuitive, working with exactly the frequencies that you're going to want to work with for the instrument that you're going to be using.
Looking at the back panel, we have 8 high-quality preamps that can take either an XLR or 1/4-inch cable. We have 4 aux sends, 2 aux inputs, USB-A and USB-B for computer interfacing, stereo TRS or XLR balanced outputs, and a headphone jack that's located on the side of the unit with its own level control. There's also a heavy-duty magnetic cover to keep your T8S safe when it's not in use. So if you're looking for a powerful digital mixer that's extremely easy to use, doesn't take up much space, and will deliver incredible, consistent tones night after night, the Bose T8S just might be the mixer for you. Paired with the Bose L1 or F1 systems, you'll have a high-quality, high-powered PA system that you can carry to and from the car in just one trip. Visit us online at www.boyntonproaudio.com or give us a call at 1-877-SOUND-01 to speak to one of our expert sales representatives. We've been in business for over 55 years, and it's our mission to help you find the right piece of gear for the right applications so you can get back to doing what you love most, playing and creating music.